Wednesday, and you are tuned into Next Level Podcast on Skyy Level Media. We are currently listening to Ayilla's Witch Tape EP. It's really dope music. If you just like to vibe, I mean, it's dope, super dope. So we're gonna talk to her in just a few moments. Hello.
Hi.
What's up? What's up?
What's going on?
Not a lot. Just chilling, jamming, vibing to your music over here.
Dude, thank you so much.
Yes, I love it. You're a Sagittarius? Yes, fellow Sag. I figured. I was like, okay, I feel the vibes.
Definitely Sag.
Love it. I love it. Okay. Well, pronounce your name for me because I don't want to butcher it throughout the whole interview.
Yeah. So it's Ayilla. You were close.
Okay.
Hispanics say it, so it's cool.
Gotcha. Okay. Ayilla.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. All right, so welcome in, Ayilla. I am Bonnie Banks. You guys are tuned into Next Level Podcast on Skyy Level Media. We do this every Wednesday. We are going to talk about witch tapes and your new single. But first, we love to play an icebreaker where we can just like get to know you, break the ice, just have a good time real quick. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so this one, let me go ahead and get to where I'm going here. All right, so this one's called Wordplay, where we've taken your recent projects and we're going to ask you questions about your song titles, okay?
Okay.
Nothing too hard. So you have a song, Point of View. We know that record labels have screwed people over in the past, but also have helped people. So being an indie artist right now, what is your point of view on being signed to a record label?
I feel like my answer to this has actually changed. So I used to be like super anti, and then I got to talk to somebody who is doing pretty well in the music industry right now. And I started to understand you can control your contract, one. So like, if you are going to sign a contract, read it. That's not the only option is what they present you. You can create your own, what you want, what you don't want. Also, it's not, you can do by like per album. You don't necessarily have to do like 5, because if you do 5 albums, then they have the control.
Right.
And also, the person I talked to was only signed for like 2 years, and then they didn't re-sign and they stayed independent. So it just depends. I think it depends on the person. I think it depends on the contract. Would I advise somebody to do like a full-on? No.
Probably not. No. Yeah, I think that you should do it like either by album, maybe a year or two, but of course get some knowledge, get people to look, have eyes on it, and negotiate what you want.
Absolutely.
Right. Yes. Okay. All right. So your next one, I love your song Insecurities. Definitely one of my favorite ones on your EP. What insecurities have you recently or in the past overcome?
I would say for me, I have like anxiety in big rooms and big places, and I'm just like, and a lot of times people want to just come and talk to me, which is fine, but sometimes it's a lot. Like sometimes they speak like a whole lot on me, and I used to get really insecure in like listening. Or another one would be compliments. Like when people give me, I'd be like trying to run, like
right.
I gotta go. But I'm learning to like stay in the moment, stay present. You know what I'm saying? Your compliments, you know what I mean?
Yes, take those in.
Yeah, when people now thing to say is like, I received that, thank you, you know what I'm saying? And but definitely that was like my biggest one, compliments.
Okay. Nice. All right, last one is I Don't Mind. Would you go on American Idol or like The Voice or any other singing competition?
Personally, I don't think that's for me. I think it's for some other independent artists who are seeking that path. I think I'm a little too neo soul-esque and like a little bit too much to be in that path. I think that's a very I think it can box you in, not in a bad way, because for some singers it's like A1, but I don't think.
Okay. All right. Well, that was easy. That was the icebreaker. Just broke the ice a little bit. Got to get to know some of your music. We're gonna dive into the reason why we're here. Definitely one of them is to talk about Worship the Sky. Tell us what the inspiration was behind that song.
Yeah, so Worship the Sky, I think, is mainly about relationships and wanting to be with that partner I want it to be in those moments with the partner, and then but also having that dynamic that sometimes that they're unhealthy, and I think it's important to like communicate that with the person, even if you like. A lot of times, I think we think about it too late, but, or after something has happened, or you start seeing the flaws in your relationship. But for me, in that moment, it's like the positives of the relationship, but also you're like dealing with both sides of it.
Right. No, I feel that. That's kind of how I felt when I was listening. I was like, okay, all right. What was like the inspiration to the title though? Because how does like worshiping the sky and that connect?
Yeah. So the song, I say worship the sky. So one, that part, but I think I'm very into spirituality, astrology, and I think that like time we get caught up in all of the BS of our surroundings, and then when we just become present, maybe that's, for me, I love stargazing. So I love to do that with the person I'm with or who I exchange emotions with, whether that's sitting by a river and chilling or listening to music with somebody. Just being present with somebody I think is really important, and being grateful for those moments, because you always gonna have some shit with somebody, you know what I'm saying?
Always.
Nobody's perfect, so be grateful for those moments of like worshiping the sky or just chilling or smoking and vibing.
Okay, I like it. So your EP has 5 songs on it.
Yes.
It's called Witch Tape, WITCH. So what was the connection with the name Witch Tape specifically for your EP?
Yeah. So I am super into spiritual stuff. Just recently started like doing a lot of research on witchcraft and the origins and the spirituality behind it. And I believe our words, like, I think everybody's a witch, and I speak something that's witchcraft. So I think I use almost as the same sense, same concept as manifesting, especially. So definitely tying all of those into music. I know is why, I wanted to coordinate that. And shout out to kids out there,
Yeah, I was recently watching, I don't remember, but I think it was just like a little snippet of education, and it was talking about how words were actually created to make magic, and how we are all like in this, like, we're all witches and we can create magic with our words, and that's like manifestation.
Absolutely, that's spelling, you know what I'm saying?
Yes. So we're here. Okay. We're here. In your music video, Worship the Sky, your love interest is a woman, but then in the music video, you lie, love interest is a man. So can you speak on being like true to yourself and expressing that through the visuals of music?
Yeah, absolutely. So I definitely am in the bisexual realm and proud of it. I think that best of both worlds. I love both sexualities. That's just me. So I want to portray that in my music, and I also think it's important to just show that there's two sides to things. Like, I think a lot of people want to put people in boxes, and I think it's unnecessary. So I think that love is love. You know what I'm saying? So the matter the gender, and
Yeah, I love that, because I think that sometimes we just get really caught up in everything being A and B versus like just loving people for just who they are and like what they bring to your life.
100%.
Yes, I feel that. I love that. All right, you start and end your song "You Lie" with voiceover from the scene "Paid in Full," which we all are familiar with that. Yes, love "Paid in Full." With the actors Regina Hall and Wood Harris. What made you want to add that in?
Man, I love that movie. I'm a Paid in Full. I love that movie. So it's on repeat a lot around me. So I just felt like it kind of tied into the vibes of the song. And I just love the intro. So I was like, I'm going to put that on there.
Yes. I love when we can like pick other like art things out and add it to our music, or vice versa. Like, it just makes the collaboration sometimes vibes. Love that. In COVID, 2020 December, you went on tour for your Which Takes EP. How was that experience? Because we were kind of still shut down. I don't know if you were in Atlanta, but I know Atlanta was kind of open, but people were shut down.
Yes, man, it was a lot. So the traveling was exhausting. So in Oklahoma, we're similar to Atlanta. So like we're shut down, do things and social distance. And for me, during the time that I went, it was kind of perfect because I made sure, well, one, I went to cities where I had like 20 people or more listening to my music. So I know that I'm at least going to have 20 people in these locations, and they overly packed out. So that's how we were kind of able to do it. But it was definitely a lot. But I'm so glad I went because I think it's really important. I know that everybody's shutting down, but I think it's really important that we also don't shut down, because that is a negative term. And I think it's important that people are still going after what they want. You just have to, and you have to be adaptable, and you have to create a new way of doing things. And I think we did that. And I just want to encourage people to continue to like do what you love. You know, don't completely shut down. You know, completely.
Right. Just because they're shut down doesn't mean you have to.
I will say, like California, New York, they were a little more open than I was expecting, but Cali was probably the most shut down place. I'm talking 6 o'clock, ghost town.
You have to go. Okay. Wow.
That was that was probably the craziest thing to see, because I went back there and did some videos, and most of the places I went to, like, we didn't really get to go experience any place other than we stayed like 2 days. Okay. But everywhere else was pretty shut down, and I didn't really get to experience it. So
right. What's it like? What's the music scene like in Oklahoma?
And it's beautiful. So in Tulsa specifically, and Oklahoma City, but I'm not Tulsa. The music scene is so diverse here. Tulsa is where I'm from. It's beautiful. Home of Black Wall Street. I'm actually a part of a really dope project called Fire in Little Africa that's dropping on the centennial of the massacre and when it took place. So we had like 100 artists also come together and create this project. It's beautiful. You can kind of hear just our different sounds that we have. But it's a lot of Black love here, and it just feels like home when you come here. Like it's such an interesting vibe. Like you just got to come experience it.
Yeah, I've learned recently about the Black Wall Street. Maybe almost 2 years ago was the first time I heard about it, and like everything that happened. And a lot of people didn't know that even existed. So is that something that is taught in the schools there?
Man, it's crazy. So I found out in school. But it was like, so there's one story where it was a riot, and it was incited because a Black man touched and or raped a white woman. So that's kind of the agenda that it was taught as in high school. And then you come to find out the truth, that it was like the exact opposite, that they were even having relations. And basically all hell went loose. The KKK came together and started fucking shit up, basically.
Okay.
So there's like two stories.
Yeah.
So they tell you the half of a page, very bleak story, which is false. And then they learn by going to Greenwood, talking to locals, doing your own research, what really took place. And it's insane what really happened. So it's crazy.
Okay. Yeah, I think I've only heard the one story of he raped her and then the KKK came. Yeah. So now hearing this, I'm like, okay, nobody told me that part. So I'm still even learning about it now.
It's crazy. I mean, I just technically learned in depth everything that happened when I got involved in this project a year ago. I live here. So I encourage y'all to like go even type in YouTube. They have some documentaries. It's like,
right. Get your education.
Man, like it's crazy. It's really crazy.
Okay. Well, so much of a heavy topic, but yes, you cut your hair. They say that women that cut their hair are going to change their life. Is that the case with you?
Yeah, I guess. I didn't know they said that, but I received that.
Yes, it's a saying. I think it's a Marilyn Monroe saying, I want to almost say. I can't quite remember.
I received that, and yes, I think our lives are forever changing, but definitely moving in the right direction for sure. I felt like for me it was very emotional, and it was like random and a lot of tears, but necessary. You know? So it was very healing, and you know what? I had a man that was like, why? Sorry, this is like tangent. But I had this man come to me at a party and he was like, she said, wait, okay, on YouTube,
Go ahead.
if you just type in Tulsa Race Massacre, there should be like a whole bunch of documentaries will pull up. One of them's like 2 hours long. Watch that one. Mm-hmm. It tells it all. But so I was at this party and this 420 party, and this guy approached me and was like, why do women feel the need to cut their hair? And I was like, excuse me?
Why do you feel the need to ask me about what I want to do, though?
So it was kind of exhausting explaining to people, but because I really didn't have an answer. I was just like, bro, I just did that shit. Like,
right. Yours didn't come with like a backstory type thing. Okay.
It was an emotional moment, and I did it. It's honestly a dope journey because I'm learning, because I went from like bald headed to now I got a little something. And
right.
I have to really love myself and how I look. And
you do.
Yeah. So it's been like a good challenge, you know?
Good. Yeah, I know. So I cut my hair maybe 3 years ago, I want to say, and I cut it to about as long as yours was. And it was this long and I cut it. And I just remember like trying to find angles that I felt like I was prettier. And I think it's interesting in our culture that we rely so heavily on our hair to like carry us just what we think. Like even when my dad said it, like my dad was kind of upset because he's Jamaican and they like, you're supposed to have long hair as a woman. So I think that women, especially in our culture, just identify very closely with their hair.
Yes.
When you cut it, you're just like, you know, you really have to stand in your ground when you have short hair.
Like, had men tell me like, dang, but what about your hair though? I said, I got hits. Okay. Mm-hmm. I don't need hair. I got hits, baby.
Right. Period. And hair grows back. So you guys are just worried about the wrong thing. Worried about the wrong thing. Oh, man. I love it though. I think it looks great on you. I like the short hair. Definitely adds a little flavor, you know, to your neo soul. So I like it. I saw on your Twitter that you are a successful business owner of 3 businesses, and you're an artist. So how do you juggle being an artist and being a business owner at the same time?
It's a lot. For example, I have like I have 6 interviews in the next 2 days to do.
Okay.
So, it's a lot, but I've learned organization is everything. Like if you I keep a notes page with my dates and everything going, honestly, organization. And then I've taken the last 2 days, like I'm not even in my own space, but I left my home area so I could be alone and peace before, because I feel like I know that things are really about to start like taking off musically for me. So I'm like, let me get some time. Let me get some space, because I don't know when I'm going to be able to do it again.
Right. You know, might not have a little bit of self-time.
So self-care for sure, organization. And I have a support team. Like, can't forget about them. Support team is like crazy. My family is dope. Amazing. And I wouldn't be able to do it without them. So it takes a village. For sure.
Yes, that's so true. Well, my fellow Sagittarius, tell us what you have coming up next, what we can look forward to, any new projects.
Yeah. So I do have some music about to drop. I'm really excited about. I have like some singles that are going to be dropping, some videos to go with that. So I'm really, really excited about that. I have the project I mentioned before, Fila, I am a part of, that drops on the Centennial, I believe June, drops in June. I have some performances coming up at home. So in Tulsa, if you're in the area, pull up. I'll be at World Culture Music Fest. An amazing festival. It's dope. We have all types of amazing artists. 2 years ago, we had Larry June pull up, so it was a vibe. What else? Yeah.
Are they requiring vaccinations for those music fests? No.
They do. They will not be seeing me.
Right. He's like, well, I will not be attending. So.
Right. I don't think so. They haven't made those steps yet. And I don't know if we'll be one of those areas or not, because we're pretty, I guess they're, what is it, conservatives? I don't know. The people who support
conservative or liberal?
The people who support Trump.
Okay.
It's
okay.
Not in Tulsa, but like all the surrounding areas. So I don't know if push that here. Man, I hope not. because that's crazy. Mandatory.
Yeah, I think that we should have a choice. So I'm like, I hope they don't start enforcing that to fly, to do events, things of that nature.
I think that might possibly be the direction, and regardless of your stance, I think that's crazy. Like to force it, you know what I mean? So I'm looking into doctors I can pay, you know what I'm saying?
Right, so just forge that. Yes, got it. Need my little receipt? Very.
Need that.
Let me not give you guys any ideas, okay?
Right. I didn't get it from this live.
Right, no, you didn't hear from us. You didn't hear us. Okay, Ayilla, please plug your social media, any websites or anything like that, so people can follow you.
Yeah, absolutely. So Ayilla, Ayilla. You can type that in on all social media platforms. I will pull up. Same with any music streaming. Links are also in my bio. I have merch as well. Copy of vinyl. You know what I'm saying? We have sale. New merch coming as well to go with these projects. So I'm excited about that. Working with the new.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us in the Skyy Lounge. We love having you. We're going to stream your music, girl. Get these streams up.
Hey, I appreciate it.
Thank you.